But Audrey has never been my name. Yes, it's true there was a time when I would have cleaned ikan bilis for 2 weeks or longer just to have a groovy Western name. I blame it on a convent education and the swinging 60s. It was just the cool thing to have then. Yes, a Western name. Preferably one that's multisyllabic, not the Kurt, staccato, and June or Ruth. For the longest time, I must confess to being envious of the name of my then arch rival in primary school. Not only was the name multisyllabic, it also has an alliteration that gave the name a little sibilant hiss. Veronica Cheah Sue Hong. I loved rolling that R in Veronica. But alas, I was just the plain monosyllabic May or me. May! May, May! May. I grew up answering to that name. Why am I May, Father? Actually, there's nothing remarkable about your name. No? How come? Am I not special? Of course you are. May is a lovely name. It is delicate and soft, isn't it? Delicate? Like how? Yeah, it means you're feminine. You have feminine qualities. Feminine qualities? Is that good? Of course. You're a girl, aren't you? Frankly, that made little sense to me then. But yes, I have been May or May, a word that in Chinese means eyebrow. But in my case, it's modified by the water radical, making me a somewhat watery eyebrow. When I started school, I was Cheah Yin Mee. Where did the May go, I wondered. And it was only later that I realized that some clerk in the birth registration office had spelt my May into me. Thus, through my school years, I had to put up with, "Hey, mi hun! Mi goreng satu pinggan? Oi, Hokkien mee!" from my classmates. Whatever. It didn't hurt that much, and I had other things on my mind. But I was a little bit of a noodle then. Thin and wiry, browned by the sun from long days of playing masak-masak and climbing trees. I was your regular kampong chicken. In my teenage years, my then rather clever boyfriend decided that a strand of me wouldn't cut it and that he needed more. He then doubled my me name to Mimi. And for a while, I did feel a bit Mimi-ish, especially when he could Mimi. Mimi, you know, was waifish, delicate, fragile, but that was not really me. Looking back, I wondered what made me think I was anything like a Mimi. In fact, I'm the opposite of anything Mimi, except perhaps in size. Growing up, I had no problem with my Noodle name. In fact, I didn't even change my name when I got married. Yes, for a while I enjoyed being Mrs. Wong. But it didn't match the name on my identification cards and my bank account. So I was officially Madam Cheah to denote my married status. One day, I went for a job interview, and when I stepped into the room, the man behind the desk looked up. He frowned slightly, looked back at the documents in front of him, and then said, Are you Madam Cheah? Oh, yes, I am, I nodded, putting my best smile forward. He paused and then added, I was expecting a little old lady with a bun lah. Exit one old Madam Cheah with a job and enter a new rejuvenated Ms. Cheah. In my 30s, I spent several years in the US, and Yin became a more significant name than Yin Mee. Somehow Americans have problems with two first names, and so most of them prefer to call me Yin, and that suited me fine. One summer day, towards the end of my studies, I stumbled into the office to submit my thesis. The woman in charge got up lazily from her desk and whipped out a ruler from under the counter. Taking my manuscript, she proceeded to measure the margins to check if I had followed the instructions for formatting each page. Suddenly, she stopped and grimaced, staring at the first page. "You are not Cheah Yin Mee," she declared, shaking her head. "But I am," I protested. "I have my student ID here. You want to see it?" "No, you're not," she said, tapping her ruler against my name. "You are not Cheah Yin Mee. You are Yin Mee Cheah. Exit one Cheah Yin Mee and enter one new improved graduate, Yin Mee Cheah." So what's the meaning of my name? Well, my father did tell me the story of my name. Or rather, the story of my name made a more vivid impression on me when I was much older, and after he had told me the story several times over. My father was an avid reader who spent a lot of time thumbing through the Chinese almanac, or Tong Su, and a dictionary. An amateur palm reader, he told me that he charted my life when I was born, and based on my birthday and time of birth, he chose my name with the help of the almanac. My middle name is Yin. All the girls in my family have Yin as the middle name. The significance of my name is in the Yin, Father explained. Well, you might think it's the opposite of Yang, as in the Yin and the Yang, right? Wrong. My Yin, written in Chinese, means noun. This is actually quite an unusual word for a Chinese name. And this is how Father explained it. I want all of you to live in the modern world. As human beings, we must have our feet firmly anchored to the ground. We should be focused on the noun, the present, and accept the reality before us, rather than live in the past. Kyo tap sat te, he would say in Cantonese. Having learned this, I began to become more enamored with the Yin part of my name. This is especially since it fits in so well with my mindfulness practice. My surname, Cheah, or Xie in Mandarin, means thanks or gratitude. Yin Cheah means now at this moment, be grateful or thankful. Cheah Yin Mee means be thankful for the present, watery eyebrows. My name has thus come to reflect the principles that I have adopted for my life. Is it serendipitous, or is it all a part of a larger design that was put into place when I was born? Whatever it is, it's a long way from a plate of noodles, right? But then again, I was never a noodle to begin with. And no, I never had any use for that multisyllabic Western name. 難分真與假，人面多險詐，幾許有共享榮華，前半水滴不分差。